So you're thinking about moving to South Florida, but just kind of confused if it's the right time. You're not sure if the market is shifting, if it's crashing. If you listen to the media, we might not even be here in about 10 years, but like most of us, life happens and you might have to move. Now, you might be saying to yourself, why in the world would anyone want to buy a home right now here in South Florida? And we're going to dive into all of that and talk about it today on this video. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Living in Fort Lauderdale. My name's Rob Zeoli. I'm a realtor right down here in South Florida. And if you are looking for a channel that's going to show you what it's like to move to live, to play, and to buy real estate right here in South Florida, then this is definitely the channel for you. I put out weekly videos and content all about South Florida and absolutely love doing so. But more than anything, I love to help people with their real estate needs. We're still getting calls from people all the time that are just like you, looking to make a move to South Florida. So if you have any plans in the near future, give me a call, send me a text or an email. All my information is down in the description, and I look forward to answering any questions you have and helping you with any of your real estate needs here to South Florida. So let's dive into today's subject. So really, I think the best place to start is just by going over a few things about the real estate market in general. So are interest rates at 6%? Well, just about. They're right below 6%. If you're going to be doing any sort of a jumbo loan, anything over the conventional loan limit, I think here in South Florida it's 650. Definitely going to be over 6%. If it's going to be a vacation home, a second home, or an investment property, it's going to be over 6%, even with great credit. Now, are home prices going down? Actually, they're not. Only the ones that are actually grossly overpriced, those are actually going down, or the seller's having to make an adjustment. Now, what about appreciation rates? Are homes still appreciating? Yes, they are. The jury's still out on the amount of appreciation that's going to happen for 2022. Definitely looks like it's not going to be like we've had in the last couple of years. The experts are saying anywhere between 4 and 9%, which is actually normal and healthy for a real estate market. Now, are mortgage rates going up? Yes, they are. Are rent prices going up? Yes, significantly. Are these interest rates going to stay this way forever? No, they're not. And the main question is, should you buy a home right now? And that depends, probably. If you plan on being in your home anywhere between, say, 2 to 5 years, I would say definitely yes. History has proven that that's always a safe bet to invest in your own home, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So the real estate market has been nothing short of a crazy roller coaster ride, at least for the last 2 years, and we've seen kind of some blips or flashes of what we thought would be a slowdown, but that, roller coaster keeps going. Prices keep going up. Properties keep appreciating, the inventory is going down, there's fierce competition for properties, but without a doubt, we're definitely seeing some sort of a shift or correction or whatever you want to call it right now, and it's happening rapidly. So you might be saying to yourself, is it still a good time to actually purchase a home? And that's what we're going to talk about. So the first thing that we have to talk about are the interest rates. That's the hot topic right now. Again, we're right below the 6% range, and a lot of people have, I guess, like a sticker shock, in a way. You're looking at rates that were somewhere around 2%, in the last couple of years. I still know people that have been on the sidelines and waiting because they didn't want to buy at the peak of the market, and now rates have gone from where they were, in the 2% range, right around 6%. Now, the thing is that people have to understand is that 2 to 4% interest rate, that range, is not, real. It was done on purpose to help us get out of and get through a once-in-a-generation pandemic. So it's not at all normal. And the thing is, a lot of people don't know anything else but that type of interest rate. And now that it's changed back to, kind of a normal, historically normal interest rate, people are just shocked by the difference if they're looking at what they could have purchased a year ago or a year and a half ago to now, and their payments just about double. So obviously there's a lot of shock. I get it. Now, we've had rate hikes before, but our latest hike, 3/4 of a point, is the largest hike that we've had, a rate hike, since 1994. So definitely a big difference and quite a lot of shock for a lot of buyers. And again, some buyers don't know any rates that are different from 2 to 4%. That seems kind of normal. Now you got to remember, we actually shut down the economy for the first time ever. So the government had to do something to spur the economy on and to get things moving again. So again, the rates between 2 to 4%, not natural, not normal. There's no way that it could be sustained. And again, the reason that we're back to where we are right now. Now, unfortunately, the government also gave out a lot of incentives, a lot of programs to spur on the economy aside from lowering the interest rates. And, sometimes they don't know when to stop that. There's a lot of money that hasn't been spent yet. And all of this causes inflation. So I think inflation is at the highest rate since the 1980s or something like that. So, we have this inflation problem that we're dealing with as well. So if you put all these ingredients together, you have what we have now, which is a very crazy, unpredictable real estate market. And you might be thinking, I don't know what to do. So let's check out some stuff on the computer and look at interest rates over time. All right, guys, we're on the computer right now. So we're going to look at mortgage rates historically. So if we look just going back to 2021, they've gone up 2.96%. So you can see they were 2.5% here in January. And right now we are in June. We are right here between 5.5% and 6%. So that's the current situation right here, right now. Now, if we look back 30 years, going back from, actually, I'm sorry, this is a 30-year mortgage going back 50 years. So this is basically a half a century. So if we look at the rates here, going back from 1971, we were at like 7%, went all the way up to between 18 and 20%. This was at 1981. And then you can follow the line here. It's pretty much up and down. This is the 2000s right here. So right between 6 and 8, which is where we are right now. Went down a little below that. Down when we started recovering here, 2009 to 2011, we were at 4%. But you can see we dropped down right here, 2021, and now we're back up again. So the average interest rate, if you average it going back to last half century, 50 years, back to 1971, it's basically 7.77% is an average interest rate. So we're not even at 6 right now. Again, totally understand, the feeling of a lot of people, especially ones that I'm talking to about the interest rates and the hike and the difference, going back a couple of years, especially those that have been on the sidelines. But again, the 2 to 4%, not a natural number, not a healthy number for any real estate market, was done and served a purpose to get us out of the pandemic. And now we are back at what is considered a normal interest rate, right at around 6%. No one knows for sure if we're going to go up from here, but going back down to 2 to 4% does not look likely at any time. Hopefully we're not going to have another pandemic to hit those rates again. So hopefully this chart sheds some light on historically what the mortgage rates have been. Now again, one thing that's been going on in the background through all of this crazy real estate market, the hikes of the interest rates, the low inventory, everything, is that home prices have not gone down. They've been still going up. Now, there's a lot of talk out there, if you listen to the media, about the real estate market that's absolutely going to crash, but there's a lot of experts out there that don't think that a crash is going to happen. Now, the main reasons that these experts feel pretty confident that we're not going to have a crash like we did back in 2006, 7, 8 is because of the difference in the lending industry. All right, guys, so really quick, just to show some articles from some people talking about the difference in the real estate market from back during our last crash at, the last half of the 2000s, 2008, 2009. And right now, so this is an article from Florida Realtors, proof that prices won't fall, the new home market. There's a ton of these articles. I'm just going to go through a few. Yahoo Finance, a housing crash like 2008 is very unlikely. Two economists say this market is just fundamentally different in so many ways. This is another one here. How the mortgage market changed since the Great Recession. And basically, I want to show you a chart. I don't know if this is the one. Yeah, so basically right here, this is talking about the difference in the markets. And this is basically a housing index, or what they call a mortgage credit index. And basically, it analyzes the market. A higher index shows that it's more of a chance of a crash or a risky market. So if you see here, back in 2006, right before 2007, we had an index of 900, and that's where our bubble was, 868.7. But you can see here, sorry about the screen, but if you can see here, 2022, the index rate is at 121.1. So this is how they determine if a market is risky. So according to this index, does not really look like that is the case. And again, this is just another way of looking at that chart. Another way to look at it, and this is from the Urban Institute, Housing Credit Availability Index, is basically the same thing, but it basically shows you the risk. And I don't know how they analyze this information, but if you look here, basically from 1999 to 2007, you can see the risk factor was basically between 16, well, it started at, 14 or 13% in 1999, went way up to about 17% in 2007. And as you can see right here, well, actually, look, if you take a look at this here, basically back then, the product risk means that the loans they were giving out were very risky loans, adjustable rate mortgages, very risky. They really were not designed for long term. And basically what happened was when they adjusted, people had, or borrowers had no choice but to default. But the borrowers were also riskier as well because they did just not qualify. If you look now, basically there's no product risk whatsoever. So that means that the loans that they're giving out right now, they're not risky in any way. And also the borrower risk is, what is it at? Less than 7%, or actually less than 6%. So totally different between the two markets. So again, I'm not an expert, but all the experts, or a lot of experts, are saying, even though we're going to have some sort of a correction, which is probably a healthy thing, it's really not going to lead to some sort of a market crash. So as you can see from this information and data, that if you had a pulse and acceptable credit score in the early 2000s, you could qualify for a loan. I know plenty of people that did, and actually they got more than one house. So totally different than now. You have to be supremely qualified at this point to get, or have someone fund and give you a loan. Now, one thing is for certain, if you have to move for some sort of a reason, if there's a life event, a relocation, a job transfer, and you can't stay put where you are, you will have to pay for a mortgage. The only question is, will it be yours, or will you be paying for your landlord's mortgage? Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you found it helpful. And again, if you have any questions or need any help with any real estate needs down here in South Florida, you can reach me 24/7. All my information is down below in the description. I do appreciate you hanging out and watching the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you made it this far. I would appreciate it. It does help the channel. And I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.